Hello everyone, my name is Ankit and let me welcome you all to this webinar where I'm going to talk about the Indian preschool markets, the industry trends and the growth opportunities. In the next 1 hour, I will be giving you a lot of useful information and insights on how the preschool market has grown in the last 3 to 4 years in India and what are the major changes that it has seen. I'll also throw some light on how the preschool market is going to look like in the next 5 years in India. How many preschools are expected to set up by end of 2025. After that, I will tell you what time of the year is an ideal time to start a preschool so that you can be sure of starting your first academic batch with a minimum of 30 to 40 enrollments and reach a break-even within the first year of your preschool operations. And after that, I will dig deep into the 10 most important topics which you will have to study thoroughly so that you are able to set up your own preschool or a franchise preschool at ease. As you know, I have worked with a renowned preschool brand for more than 5 years where I have helped them in setting up more than 50 preschools. So I have been there and I have done that. And thus I will take you through these 10 most important topics you need to study before you take the next step in setting up a preschool. Let's understand how the preschool market in India has emerged so far since 2015 till date. So, in the past 5 years, the number of preschools in India have seen a growth rate of 10% year on year. In the year 2015, there were an approximate 33 preschools in India, whereas by end of 2019, the number has crossed 48,000. Now, this is simply with the growth rate of 10%, okay, year on year in the last 5 years. Going ahead, according to the IMARC, okay, IMARC is a leading market research company. According to the IMARC, the preschool industry in India has a compound annual growth rate of 27.33% since the year 2011. Now, that's one of the best CAGR percentage for growth for any kind of industry. Okay, so are you guys with me? Are you guys able to get the feel of the kind of market we are sitting on as of today? I'm sure after knowing the above information, your confidence level has definitely gone up, isn't it? Let me move on to the next slide. Okay. So guys, do you know what do we mean by market share? हम लोग हमेशा ये वर्ड सुनते रहते हैं टीवी पे, न्यूज़ में, everywhere. For example, Facebook has 80% market share in the social media space, or Google is the market leader in terms of the market share it owns globally. Okay, so what exactly is market share? ये market share मतलब होता क्या है? Okay, so guys, market share is the total revenue generated in a year by a particular industry. Okay, that means if you had to count the total market share of the preschool industry, that means जितने भी preschool players हैं इंडिया में, ये सारे players का yearly revenue को अगर हम total करते हैं, okay, so that will be the market share of the preschool industry in India. So now let's look at what is the market share of preschools in India, of the preschool industry in India. Okay, now the preschool market in India is a whopping $3.27 billion US. Yes, it is that big of a number. It is that big of a market, guys. Okay, अब 3.27 में कितने zeros आते हैं ये मत कैलकुलेट करते बैठो. Let me move to to the next slide and show you how much this comes to in terms of Indian rupees. So the preschool market in India is 24,989 crores. Yeah, that's a real big number. So this is really a big number. Now let's see, if you start your own preschool in the next few months, how much you might contribute in this above number. I mean, let's imagine that this pizza represents the preschool market in India. Okay, now forget 10% or forget even 1% or even 0.1%. Okay, I'm saying even if you are able to take a bite of 0.00001%, okay, from this pizza, believe me, what I'm saying is, even forget 1%, 10% or even 0.1%. I'm breaking this up into when I say, I'm saying even if you are able to take a bite of 0.00001%, okay, from this pizza, you would be still able to make rupees 26 lakhs per year on year by simply investing around 13 to 15 lakhs in this business. Okay, so don't you think that this is a big opportunity for you all? So guys, India is creating opportunities for you, but if you are not able to take this opportunity and make the best out of it, you will be where you are forever. You will not grow and you will keep doing the same thing every day. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. We've so far seen the trend in the preschool market since the year 2011. Okay, now let us look at the estimated preschool market in India for the next 5 years, that is till the year 2025. Now, the preschool market in India is estimated to grow at 36% year on year for the next 5 years. अब तक जो ये मार्केट 10% के हिसाब से ग्रो हो रहा था सिंस लास्ट 5 years, बट अभी अगले 5 साल में ये प्रीस्कूल मार्केट इंडिया का is going to see a growth rate of 36% year on year. Okay, 36% is a big growth percentage, and why wouldn't someone not want to be a part of this growth, isn't it? Are you getting my point? 36% of growth, guys, believe me, this is one of the biggest opportunities in India today. Now, let's look at India's estimated population. The population of India is estimated to cross 140 crores by end of 2025. And out of this, the number of children ranging between the age group of 0 to 6 years itself will be 19 crore by 2025. Now, according to these figures, if we consider on an average, there will be 120 children per preschool in India. Okay, what I mean is, if we assume, okay, that in every preschool in India there are 120 enrollments. Okay, do you know how many preschools will be required in India? Let me tell you, according to the above assumption, India will need a minimum of 1,58,300 preschools. Okay, now who do you think is going to contribute to these numbers? Yes, it's you. Believe me, if you have already decided to start a preschool in the next 6 to 8 months, guys, believe me, you have taken up the right decision. Obviously, you will definitely have to learn a lot, okay, in terms of how to run the preschool business. You will need a lot of hand holding, okay. and you will also have to work hard. Preschool is also the fastest growing market in India, attracting investments from many private players such as Reliance, Tata, and many other big players. With low entry barriers and franchising options, preschool market is really set to flourish in India. Now, moving on to the next topic today, which is what is the best time to start a preschool in India? Now, I have frequently come across this question. Okay, now the best time of the year to start a preschool is any time between the months of October to January. So that is October, November, December, or January. Okay, when I say this, I don't mean that the other months are not at all good to start a preschool. You can start a preschool any time of the year, but if you inaugurate your school somewhere between October to Jan, okay, you will be able to start your first academic batch with a minimum of 35 to 40 enrollments. So that means you get the full year fees of these 40 admissions, okay, and this will help you achieve your break even in the first year of your operations. Now, why I say that? Now, why I'm saying this, that you need to start your preschool in the month of October to Jan. Okay, there is a reason behind this. Let me explain you why. Now, let us assume that you are inaugurating your preschool between October to Jan. Okay, within one of these months, either it can be October, November, December, or Jan. Okay, these will be the months which will help you settle down. Okay, so as you would be new to this preschool market, to the preschool business, you will take some time to learn things, to adjust, to make pace with the new business environment, right? Okay, so these 4 months would act as a settling period for you as a preschool owner or as a business owner. Okay, later, the next 4 months, which are February, March, April, and May. Okay, these 4 months will be the time. These 4 months could be the time wherein you start your marketing activity. This is the time when the parents start looking out for a preschool for the children, and if you are able to grab their attention with your marketing activity, you will be able to generate inquiries and walk-ins for your preschool. Okay, so your focus during these 4 months should be only and only on generating a minimum of 300 to 350 leads in the next 4 months, in these 4 months. Okay, so plan your marketing activities and the budgets accordingly. Okay, the reason why I'm saying 300 to 350 leads is because I am considering a minimum conversion ratio of 10:1. So when you get 10 leads or 10 inquiries, you as a new preschool owner, you would be able to convert a minimum of 1 admission. And thus, if you're able to generate around 300 to 350 leads, that means you will be able to convert around 30 to 35 admissions from these leads. Okay, so later, when you step into the months of June and July, okay, you'll be all set and ready to start the session with a minimum of 35 to 40 admissions. Okay, June and July are the 2 most important months for any preschool for any preschool owner today. Okay, these are the 2 most important months of the year where you get the most of convergence from an inquiry or from a walk-in into an admission. Okay, all your marketing efforts that you've taken in the past 4 months will give you results in these 2 months. Interesting? And by now, you've got enough insights and information. My job here is to make sure that you get the best. I'm now moving on to the next topic of the webinar. Okay, in this part of the webinar, I'll be talking about the 10 most important topics you need to learn. Okay, so right from the 5 factors you need to know in order to run a successful preschool business. Okay, followed by budgeting. Okay, budgeting is one important part, okay, which you need to learn before you step into this business. Okay, when I say budgeting, I mean having a budget plan in terms of how much investment is needed. Okay, what kind of returns you will get. Okay, what are the kind of operational costs you will incur. Okay, what is the capital employed, how much working capital do you need. Okay, all these things come under the budgeting. Later on, followed by branding and business registration. So what kind of name, what is the technique of naming your preschool brand. Okay, how can you come up with some creative name, and what is the kind of business registration you will need. Okay, in terms of setting up a business entity as a preschool business entity. Okay, followed by how to manage your cash flow. Okay, guys, believe me, if you are not able to manage cash flows, okay, if you are not able to manage the cash input and output, even though you are making money, even though you're making profits, you won't see that money in your bank account. Okay, so managing your cash flow is one of the topics you need to learn. Okay, then what would be the required documentation for your preschool business registration. Okay, so are you planning to set up a proprietorship firm, or are you planning to get it registered as a private limited, LLP, or a trust. Okay, there are n number of options. So you need to find out what is the best option that suits your business entity. Okay, later on, how to design marketing collateral. Okay, so right from the logo, okay, till all the marketing collaterals, either you can get it outsourced, or how to actually design these, what are the kind of tools that you can use, okay, in terms of designing these marketing collaterals. Then what are the aspects you need to be sure of while you finalize a property. Okay, now the finalizing a property is one big topic in itself. Okay, because the kind of property that you will be finalizing, okay, that's going to be there for a long term. So you cannot compromise on the property, the preschool property. So what are the aspects you need to look at? Okay, what is the checklist which you need to have in before you finalize any kind of property. Okay, then how to make your preschool brand active on social media. Okay, there are n number of social media platforms available today. Okay, but as a preschool, okay, as a preschool, because preschool is a kind of a business which caters to not more than 2.5 or 3 kilometers of radius. Okay, so whatever social media branding or marketing activities you would be doing, they need to be focused only in this 2 or 3 kilometer radius. Okay, so in that case, which are these marketing, or which are these social media platforms? Okay, which are these 3 major social media platforms on which you need to be really active. Okay, then the infrastructure plan. So once the property is identified, what are the kind of changes you will need to get done in the property that you finalize. Okay, what changes need to be done in the phase 1, what are the changes you need to do in the phase 2, phase 3, so on and so forth. Okay. And finally, the very most important topic, that is making a marketing plan. Okay, guys, once you start your own preschool, once you start a preschool, the first year is the most important year, wherein you will have to have a proper marketing plan along with a separate marketing budget. Okay, so this is a very important topic, wherein it is important to learn how to create a marketing plan. Okay, but guys, believe me, if you master these 10 topics, okay, your journey of setting up a preschool will be easy, smooth and effortless. Yes, so I'm saying this again, if you are able to master the above 10 topics, your journey of setting up a preschool will be easy, smooth and completely effortless. Do you agree with me on this? If you do, if yes, just type in I agree in the chat box. Let me see who all agree with me that if you are able to master these 10 topics, your journey of setting up a preschool is really going to be smooth, easy, and